What if your mood, your anxiety, even the quality of your sleep had less to do with your thoughts and more to do with your gut? For years, mental wellness has been framed as something that happens entirely in the brain, but modern science tells a very different story. Deep inside your digestive system lives a vast ecosystem of bacteria, trillions of microorganisms that constantly communicate with your brain. They influence how you feel, how you respond to stress, and how well you rest at night. In a previous video, we explored anti-inflammatory foods and how chronic inflammation silently disrupts health. Today, we go one layer deeper into the gut-brain axis, because reducing inflammation is only part of the story. Feeding the right microbes may be one of the most overlooked tools for emotional balance. Section 1. What is the gut-brain axis? The gut-brain axis is a two-way communication network connecting your digestive system and your nervous system. This connection operates through the vagus nerve, the immune system, hormones, and neurotransmitters, and the gut microbiome itself. Here's the part most people don't realize. Around 90% of serotonin, often called the feel-good neurotransmitter, is produced in the gut, not the brain. The microbes living in your intestines help regulate serotonin, dopamine, GABA, which calms the nervous system, and melatonin, which affects sleep. When your gut is balanced, these signals flow smoothly. When it's disrupted by ultra-processed food, stress, antibiotics, or chronic inflammation, the brain feels it. Mood changes, anxiety rises. Sleep becomes shallow or fragmented. Section 2. Inflammation, the gut, and mental health. In the anti-inflammatory foods video, we talked about how chronic inflammation quietly damages the body. But inflammation doesn't stop at joints or arteries. Low-grade gut inflammation weakens the intestinal lining, disrupts beneficial bacteria, and allows inflammatory compounds to enter circulation. This process, sometimes called increased intestinal permeability, has been linked to depression, anxiety disorders, brain fog, and poor stress resilience. Anti-inflammatory foods calm the immune response, but prebiotics and probiotics shape the microbial environment itself. This is where mood-specific nutrition begins. If you've ever felt anxious for no clear reason, or tired despite sleeping, or emotionally flat even when life seems fine, there may be a biochemical conversation happening between your gut and your brain that you've never been taught to listen to. And food is one of the clearest ways to influence it. Section 3. Prebiotics, feeding the mood-supporting microbes. Prebiotics are non-digestible fibers that feed beneficial gut bacteria. They don't work instantly like caffeine or sugar. Their effect is slower but deeper and more sustainable. Certain prebiotics are strongly associated with improved mood and reduced anxiety. Key: prebiotic foods for mental. 1. Onions and garlic, rich in fructulic acids that support serotonin-producing bacteria. Regular intake has been associated with lower stress markers. 2. Leeks and asparagus support gut diversity and reduce inflammation that interferes with neurotransmitter balance. 3. Bananas, especially slightly green, contain resistant starch that feeds bacteria linked to emotional regulation. 4. Oats provide beta-glucans that stabilize blood sugar, reducing mood swings and nourish beneficial microbes. 5. Chicory root and dandelion greens, powerful prebiotic sources that enhance microbial diversity linked to calmer nervous system activity. Prebiotics don't act alone. They prepare the environment so beneficial bacteria can thrive. Section 4. Probiotics, microbes that influence mood directly. Probiotics are live microorganisms that, when consumed regularly, can shift gut chemistry. Certain strains are now called psychobiotics because they directly affect mental health. Probiotic foods with mood benefits. 1. Yogurt, unsweetened live cultures, linked to reduced anxiety and improved emotional processing. 2. Kefir contains a wider range of strains than yogurt, including those associated with lower stress hormones. 3. Sauerkraut, raw, unpasteurized, supports GABA production for calming racing thoughts. 4. Kimchi combines probiotics with anti-inflammatory compounds, influencing both gut and immune signaling. 5. Miso and tempeh fermented soy products that support neurotransmitter balance and microbial diversity. Consistency matters more than quantity. Small daily amounts are more effective than occasional large doses. Here's something rarely discussed. You can eat a healthy diet and still feel mentally off. The gut bacteria responsible for neurotransmitter signaling are undernourished or absent. Mental clarity is not just about what you remove from your diet, but what you activate. Section 5. Gut health, anxiety, and the stress response. The gut plays a critical role in how the body handles stress. Beneficial bacteria help regulate cortisol release, inflammatory responses to stress, nervous system recovery after challenges in imbalanced microbiome can keep the body stuck in a low-grade fight-or-flight state. This often feels like persistent worry, restlessness, difficulty relaxing, and heightened emotional reactivity. Probiotic-rich diets have been shown to lower perceived stress, improve emotional resilience, and reduce stress-induced inflammation. This is not emotional suppression, it's nervous system stabilization. Section 6. The gut-sleep connection. Sleep and gut health are deeply intertwined. Certain gut bacteria help regulate melatonin production, while others influence circadian rhythms. Disrupted gut balance has been linked to difficulty falling asleep, light, non-restorative sleep, and nighttime awakenings. Foods that support sleep through the gut include fermented foods in the early evening, prebiotic fibers earlier in the day, magnesium-rich whole foods that support microbial metabolism. Sleep improves when the gut environment becomes less inflammatory and more stable. If improving your mood has felt like chasing motivation, mindset, or willpower, what if the foundation was physiological, not psychological? What if clarity begins in digestion? Section 7. Practical daily strategy. Simple, sustainable approach. This is not about perfection or restriction. A simple framework. 1 prebiotic-rich food daily. 1 probiotic food most days. Minimize ultra-processed foods that disrupt gut signaling. Eat slowly to support vagus nerve activation, not control. Over time, the gut learns, and the brain responds. Section 8. What this means for long-term mental wellness. Mental wellness is not just about managing symptoms. It's about supporting the systems that generate emotional stability from within. The gut-brain axis reminds us that mood is biological, anxiety is physiological, and nourishment is information. Food doesn't just fuel the body. It sends signals that shape perception, emotion, and resilience. You don't have to change everything overnight. Start with awareness, then consistency. If you found this perspective helpful, consider subscribing for future episodes exploring wellness, conscious living, and practical wisdom rooted in science, not trends. Your mind and body are not separate systems. They are in constant conversation. And what you eat helps decide the tone of that conversation.